And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second last series of the broadcast. We made it, papi. We made it all the way. We have another ZvZ ready for you. Again, the last ZvZ of the broadcast, spawning in the bottom right corner. We have the Brazilian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. He's one of Los Patos. The Ducklings. He's beautiful. Let's go. He's here facing off in that ZvZ, going for the 15-15, and spawning in the top right hand corner. We have the other Brazilian Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing ZvZ Gaming. It is Claw. Here we go. And what I love is that we are mirroring each other when it comes to the openers. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but first things first, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. So far, Erik with 100% win rate against Claw. But I don't know if you notice here, when it comes to Claw's other matchups, the other ZvZs that he played, as well as ZVPs, Claw, he has very much so been emulating Erik. Like, he has been definitely learning from Erik. He's been following his builds and has been trying to do his best to, again, emulate Erik in those other matchups. Likewise, that's why we're seeing here mirrored builds, so far at least. So far, we do have those mirrored builds. So we'll see who comes out on top here and how our players do deviate from each other, if at all. We're now both players taking their expansions. Both players going for later gas geysers. As the queens are on the way, Lings as well. From here, we're expecting two base play. We're expecting two base play out of our Zergs. We'll see if we claim a third. Lings are moving out. Again, this is for scouting information. 2 Lings for Erik, 2 Lings for Claw. Erik already going for a second gas. Interesting. So early second gas guys are out of Erik. And again, this should just be 2 base play. So it should be rolling up on 2 bases. A little sipping in. Gets an extra Overlord. Interesting. There's a lot of Overlords. Okay, Claw's walling up. So both players are playing 2 base. But Erik will have an abundance of gas. As Erik, he has extra gas income. Link speed begins for Claw. But again, that second gas does mean extra roaches for Erik. Yeah, Link speed on the way. Erik, he does try to slip in. He does overwhelm the Lings. Oh, takes down 2 of the Lings. And he gets 1 drone. He gets 1 drone for his troubles as well. Nice pickoff. Erik does have a worker lead. Does have a worker advantage. Claw, he's okay. Both players are going to be making their first wave of roaches. Spine Crawler on the way for Claw. And remember, Erik, because of the extra gas guys, or the earlier extra gas guys, where he has more gas, he has more roaches. So we see here 9 roaches to the 6 of Claw. So 3 extra roaches for Erik. But the Spine Crawler makes up for that deficit. Like Claw, he's getting that Spine Crawler, so even though Claw is going to be down in roaches, he will have the Spine to defend. So I don't think that Erik can break him, but he's going for the Link Flood behind this. I mean, he's going for the all-in. Again, Claw has a very similar setup. There are slight variations, though. Again, less gas. And Claw's not making Lings. Uh-oh. Erik is committing to the all-in. He's going for the Link Ravager all-in. All or nothing. Claw back at home. He's drone. No, that was not the time. He's expanding and droning. Yeah, Claw getting caught with his pants down. Up until a point, these builds were very, very similar to each other. But Claw droned. Claw took an expansion. And Erik, nah, he doesn't hold back. Does not hold back. Let's move out across the map. Then with extra gas, he's going for the Ravagers. He's bottling down the expansion. Hatchery getting very low. And Erik getting ready for the surround. Ooh, as the Wiles, they shut down the Roach Warren. No more rushes on the way. Lings, they do slip into the main. Not bad. They get one. Get one worker. Erik still not quite committing yet. He backs up, hunting down overlords. Erik, he's still not droning. Erik, he's still on 29 workers and still making nothing but Lings. And because Erik has Ling... Oh, the Ravagers! Ravagers getting caught out. Yeah, bit of miscontrol from Erik. Losing 3 Ravagers. Massive pick off. Erik's in trouble. Erik, he's in trouble. He has to get the hell out of here. More Ravagers getting surrounded. At the same time, Erik goes for a massive Ling flood. Oh my god. Gets into the main. Gets into the main. Gets into the mineral line. Drones aren't going down. Catching another queen. And Claw's all in. Claw at this point is all in. As Erik is going for the lair. Okay. I mean, he's getting secure damage. But back at home, does Erik have enough to defend? As the lair does fall. Erik, he's racing back home. The Roach Warren is going to go down. Snipes the Roach Warren. Nah, Erik, he has enough. Yeah, Erik, he should be fine here. Depending on the angle. Because Lings, they will come in for a wraparound. Yeah, they come in for a full surround, and Claw, he will lose everything here. He had potential, but he will lose everything. GG, well played. And Erik takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very intense moment here, a very intense game. Again, I was very impressed with how both Erik and Claw were playing this out, and Claw, he had some nice moments where he was able to catch out the Ravagers. He caught the Ravagers, he was able to catch them out, able to take a better fight, but then he pushed, and because he moved out across the map, he had nothing at home to defend. The Ling run-by was crucial there, crippling the economy and ensuring that there were no reinforcements, that there was no reinforcements and no way to really bolster that all in. GG. GG, well played. Erik takes a lead. He does take a lead. And with that, we're now getting ready for game number 2. It was very intense though. A very intense game. It was really cool to see Claw having his own take on an Erik opener. A more macro take, because again, he was droning and expanding. Instead of just doubling down. And that leads us into game number 2. It leads us into Amygdala. I see Einstein in the chat. I think Erik needs to learn some builds from Light to win this. Cap. No. Erik, he has nothing to learn from me. The only thing he can learn from me is to learn how to be a degen. True. I can show him how to take off his pants. oh god. That's all I got. And stay up deep late into the night. Ah, no. Let's get into our next game. As in the top right hand corner, it's once again 15-15s and from both players. In the top right, we do have our red Zerg player. We have for the CranKy Ducklings from Atlanta, Brazil, leading the series 1-0. It is Erik. And in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, also from Brazil. It is Claw for Eximius Gaming. Here we go. So now we have our initial 15-15s. Have our extractor tricks. Get into an earlier hatchery, so 15 hatch into Overlord, into 15 spawning pool. So far so good. So we are building up. Now, once again, because of the later gas geysers, we do expect 2-base roach play from our players. Both Erik and Claw did actually eventually get into Ling speed to try to surprise each other, but both players did it, so they kind of canceled each other out. It was Claw that tried to expand and take a third, and Erik that did punish him for it. But here we go. Gas is now being taken. Again, these are 20 supply gases. Claw, no gas. Okay. Oh, wait, no, sorry. He got it earlier. My apologies. My apologies. So, earlier gas out of Claw. And we'll see what he does make use of that, or how he does make use of that gas. So here we go. Go. As again, link speed is on the way. So remember, earlier gases for Claw, earlier link speed, which means we may even just go for a link flood here. Definitely my eyes are on Claw. Erik, he's going into 2-base Roach. Yep, Bane Bust. Okay, so Claw, he's going. This makes sense. This is why Claw got earlier link speed, sorry, earlier gases for earlier link speed into a Bane Bust. It's going to be an all-in. It's going to be a massive Ling Bane Bust out of Claw. Erik, it's on him to realize what's happening, because Erik, he is still in the dark. He's moving in with his lings. He needs to get vision on what's happening. Otherwise, back at home, there's not much to defend. And when I say no much, there's nothing to defend. Oh boy. And this might just be too late. This might be too late here. Erik, he now starts link speed. Erik, he misses the initial, the lack of droning, lack of saturation. He doesn't scout. He hides the lings, that is true. But by the time he sees this, he's going to be rallying across the map already. Erik, he can reactively try to set up the wall, but there we go. He spots lings. Catches 2. Checks the mineral line. These are fake drones. And here comes the here. Now he sees the link flood. Now he knows what's going on. Massive all-in moving out across the map. Back at home, we need a wall. We need a wall off immediately. Does get the full wall. But Baneling's gonna knock it down. Roaches are amassing, but there's not that many roaches. There's not that many roaches here. Claw, he can pop this. He can pull this off. The roaches, though, they actually make a secondary wall behind this. I'm loving the positioning here. I get the Evo Chamber does finish. The Baileys do not knock it down, and I almost said Dark holds. Erik holds. That's crazy. I just love the wall that he made with the roaches. It means that even if the Evo Chamber goes down, he would have a secondary wall of roaches behind it to make sure that Ling Bane did not slip in and did not get us around. So really nice setup here. There we go. It does knock down the wall entirely. But it took so much to bring it down. Lings, they do get the queen. And likewise, more lings are flooding across the map. And more lings are moving in. Erik, I believe, is re-walling. Yeah, he's re-walling up. Erik, he holds. He holds, he defends. Erik has a massive economic lead. And there's no need to move out. Erik, you can just chill. You can just chill. You can just drone. Behind this is waiting for his own Roach Warren. He's got 22 links on the way. Plus 1 carapace. And there was potential with this, but alas, it did eventually get scouted. Again, a quick reaction out of Erik. He's ready behind this. Surrounds the lings. Oh god. There's nothing left. There's actually nothing left here. There's 14 lings on the way for Claw. Roach is a counterattack, and Erik, he will snowball out of control. Takes down 28 lings, and there is nothing left here. Claw, he throws down his own wall, but the difference here is that there are roaches for Erik. Yeah, he does bust open, does bust through. Lings, they pull back to avoid the banelings. And Erik, he does clear a path. And breaks through the lings, takes down the queens. Lings, they're flooding on forward. Banelings, they do not connect. They do not connect. They'll never connect. GG, well played gets called. And Erik, he will take the series 2-0. Taking down Claw and making it out in first place undefeated. GG. GG, well played, Erik. He will claim the series. He will take the 2-0. And with that, he will come out in first place, I believe. First place, undefeated. Erik, he takes down Claw, takes down Tata Giba, and he takes down Sephiroth as well. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very impressive defense considering how late the scout was for Erik to fully wall off, and again to have the secondary wall of roaches behind it as well. Just really cool, calm, collected defense there out of Erik, as it does shut down Claw. Very nicely done, very well defended. Also, I want to give credit to Claw, because Claw, he did a great job at hiding the build. Hiding the opener. A lot of mind games were taking place from both sides, and I appreciate that Claw, he was trying to pull a fast one over on Erik. Didn't work in the end, but I mean, that's kind of what you have to do to try to bring Erik down, so I appreciate it. GG, well played. In the end, Erik did scout, Erik did respond, but almost got away with it. Almost. So well played here by Claw. And we'll see how the settings look after this to see if Claw can make it through the group stage. Up next, we do have a best of 3, the final best of 3 of the broadcast. Sephiroth versus Tata Giba. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon.